The episode of The View begins with the usual lively atmosphere in the studio, the hosts seated around the iconic table with bright lights illuminating their faces and the audience buzzing with anticipation for the day's guest. Whoopi Goldberg kicks things off with her signature wit, introducing the panel including Sarah Haynes, Sunny Hostin, Anna Navarro, and of course, the ever-opinionated Joy Behar, who sits with her trademark smirk, ready to dive into the hot topics of the day. As the conversation flows from current events to celebrity news, the excitement builds when Whoopi announces that today's special guest is none other than the beloved actress Jennifer Garner, known for her roles in films like 13 Going on 30 and her down-to-earth persona as a mom and entrepreneur. The audience erupts in applause as Garner walks out, dressed in a casual yet elegant outfit, waving warmly and taking her seat next to Joy. The initial chit-chat is light-hearted, with Garner sharing anecdotes about her latest projects, including her work with children's charities and her organic food brand, Once Upon a Farm. Joy interjects with a playful comment about Garner's seemingly perfect life, joking about how she manages to juggle Hollywood glamour with PTA meetings, which elicits laughs from everyone. But as the segment progresses, the discussion shifts to more serious territory, touching on politics and social issues, where Joy's strong views often dominate. She brings up a recent controversy involving celebrity endorsements in elections, subtly questioning Garner's neutral stance on certain hot-button topics like environmental policies or women's rights, implying that stars like her should be more vocal. Garner nods politely at first, responding with measured words about the importance of unity and personal choice, but you can see a flicker of discomfort in her eyes as Joy presses further, accusing some celebrities of staying silent to protect their brand image. The tension starts to build subtly, with the other hosts trying to steer the conversation, but Joy, known for her no-holds-barred style, doesn't let up, making a pointed remark about how Garner's ex-husband Ben Affleck is more outspoken, perhaps suggesting Garner is overshadowed or too passive. This is where the first signs of Garner's irritation show, her smile tightening as she adjusts in her seat, but she maintains composure, redirecting to her advocacy work. The audience senses the shift, murmuring softly, and the camera zooms in on the exchange, capturing every nuance. As the break approaches, Whoopi tries to wrap up the segment positively, but Joy slips in one more quip, something about how nice girls finish last in Hollywood, which lands awkwardly. Garner chuckles it off, but her eyes tell a different story, setting the stage for what's to come after the commercial. The narrative continues with detailed descriptions of the hosts' reactions, Sunny offering support to Garner, Sarah lightening the mood with a joke, but the underlying friction is palpable, making viewers at home lean in closer to their screens, wondering if this polite facade will crack. Expanding on the backstreet, it's worth noting that Garner has always portrayed herself as the relatable everywoman, avoiding the pitfalls of celebrity drama, which contrasts sharply with Joy's confrontational interviewing style that often pushes guests to their limits. This dynamic is what makes The View so addictive, the blend of camaraderie and conflict, and in this instance, it's brewing into something memorable. As the show resumes, Garner sips her water, composing herself, while Joy flips through her notes, seemingly oblivious to the tension she's stirred. The conversation pivots to Garner's new movie, but Joy circles back, unable to resist digging deeper into personal territory, asking about co-parenting challenges post-divorce, which Garner handles gracefully at first, emphasizing positivity for her kids. But Joy's persistence, framing it as a societal issue where women bear the brunt, starts to wear on Garner, who finally interjects with a firm but polite correction, stating that assumptions about her private life aren't fair game. The audience gasps slightly, and the other hosts exchange glances, knowing this could escalate. Joy, unfazed, laughs it off and says something like, "Oh come on, we're all friends here, spill the tea." But Garner isn't having it, her voice steady as she reminds Joy that boundaries matter, even on daytime TV. This moment marks the turning point, where Garner's usual sweetness gives way to assertiveness, snapping back with eloquence that surprises everyone. The script delves into the psychological interplay, how Joy's probing is her way of engaging, but for Garner, it's crossing a line, leading to a verbal spar that's both entertaining and thought-provoking. Viewers online would later debate if it was scripted or genuine, but in the moment, it's raw television gold. Building on the initial exchange, the second segment intensifies as Joy Behar doubles down on her commentary, shifting the focus to Garner's involvement in political activism or lack thereof, questioning why someone with her platform isn't more aggressive in calling out certain policies, perhaps referencing climate change or education reforms that Garner supports quietly through her philanthropy. Garner, maintaining her poise, explains her approach of leading by example rather than loud proclamations, but Joy interrupts with a sarcastic remark about how silence can be complicity, drawing parallels to historical figures who stayed neutral. This provokes a visible reaction from Garner, her eyebrows furrowing as she leans forward, countering that oversimplifying complex issues doesn't help anyone and that Joy's aggressive style might alienate more than it unites. The audience erupts in a mix of cheers and boos, creating a charged atmosphere that the producers love for ratings. Whoopi jumps in to mediate, suggesting they agree to disagree, but Garner isn't done, snapping back with a pointed question to Joy about her own experiences in the spotlight and if she's ever regretted pushing too hard. Joy, taken aback but thrilled by the spar, responds with her quick wit, defending her role as a provocateur on the show. The back and forth continues, with Sunny Hostin adding her legal perspective, supporting Garner's right to privacy, while Ana Navarro chimes in with a humorous anecdote to diffuse. Sarah Haynes tries to pivot to lighter topics like Garner's favorite recipes, but the energy remains high, with Garner holding her ground firmly. This paragraph explores the deeper layers of the confrontation, how it highlights the generational and ideological differences between the hosts and guests, with Joy representing the bold boomer era and Garner embodying millennial restraint. As the debate heats up, Garner shares a personal story about teaching her children empathy, subtly implying that Joy could learn from that, which lands as a mic drop moment, silencing the panel briefly. The camera captures Joy's surprised expression, followed by her laughter to break the tension, but it's clear Garner has won this round. Extending the narrative, the script describes how social media explodes during the broadcast, with hashtags like #GarnerSnapsBack trending, fans praising her for standing up without losing her cool. Critics, however, accuse the show of manufacturing drama, but insiders know it's organic. Garner, post-exchange, smooths things over with a compliment to Joy's longevity in the industry, showing her class, but the snap has already made its mark. The discussion evolves into broader themes of women supporting women, with Garner advocating for kindness and discourse, while Joy argues for passion and directness. This clash of styles keeps the audience engaged, turning what could have been a standard interview into a viral sensation. Further detailing the visuals, the split screen shows audience reactions, some nodding in agreement with Garner, others cheering Joy's boldness. The producers in the control room are ecstatic, knowing this clip will dominate YouTube and TikTok. As the segment wraps, Garner receives a standing ovation, solidifying her as a fan favorite who can hold her own. The script continues to weave in hypothetical viewer comments, imagining the online buzz, from support for Garner's grace under fire to defenses of Joy's journalistic integrity. Ultimately, this paragraph captures the essence of daytime TV drama, where personal boundaries collide with public personas, creating unforgettable moments that spark conversations long after the credits roll. As the show progresses into its third act, the fallout from Garner's snap becomes the unspoken undercurrent, with the hosts navigating carefully around sensitive topics while still probing for more insights. Joy, ever the professional, attempts to lighten the mood by sharing a self-deprecating story about her own on-air gaffes, which Garner appreciates, responding with genuine laughter and a nod of camaraderie. However, when the conversation turns to Hollywood's role and social change, Joy can't resist circling back, suggesting that actors like Garner have a duty to use their fame for advocacy, perhaps critiquing her for not endorsing specific candidates publicly. Garner, now more animated, snaps back eloquently, arguing that forcing political alignments on celebrities can backfire and that true change comes from grassroots efforts, not celebrity tweets. This retort is met with applause, and Joy concedes a point with a grin, admitting Garner's perspective has merit. The other hosts contribute, with Whoopi sharing wisdom from her long career, emphasizing balance, while Sunny draws parallels to legal precedents on free speech. Anna adds spice with her political commentary, siding somewhat with Joy but praising Garner's composure. Sarah keeps it relatable, asking about Garner's daily life to humanize her. This segment delves into the philosophical debate on celebrity influence, exploring how Garner's reluctance stems from protecting her family from scrutiny, contrasting Joy's belief in bold statements. The exchange grows richer, with Garner revealing her behind-the-scenes work with organizations, challenging Joy's assumption of passivity. Joy counters by recounting her activism history, creating a mentor-mentee vibe amidst the tension. The audience hangs on every word, the energy electric as cameras pan across engaged faces. Social media continues to buzz, with live tweets praising the intelligent discourse over typical fluff. Garner snaps again when Joy misquotes a statistic on women's issues, correcting her firmly but factually, showcasing her preparation. Joy laughs it off, saying, "Touch a tilde copyright, Jennifer." Fostering mutual respect, the script expands on character development, portraying Garner as the underdog who rises, while Joy is the catalyst for depth. As commercials loom, the panel unites in praising Garner's resilience, turning potential conflict into empowerment. Viewers at home feel inspired, seeing real women debating authentically. The narrative includes imagined post-show interviews where Garner reflects on the experience positively, noting it pushed her to articulate her views better. Joy, in turn, commends Garner's spirit in green room chats. This paragraph emphasizes resolution amidst sparring, highlighting the view's strength and fostering dialogue. Extending further, it describes how this episode boosts ratings, with clips going viral, analysts dissecting the body language, from Garner's crossed arms to Joy's raised eyebrows. Ultimately, it's a testament to women's voices in media, where snapping back isn't rudeness but assertion, encouraging others to speak up. Entering the fourth phase of the episode, the discussion takes a more introspective turn, with Garner opening up about the pressures of public life, prompted by Joy's earlier prodding, but now on her terms. She shares vulnerabilities, like balancing career and motherhood, snapping back subtly when Joy implies it's easier for A-listers, reminding her that privilege doesn't erase human struggles. Joy nods, acknowledging the point, and the conversation flows into empathy, with both women finding common ground in their journeys. The other hosts facilitate, Sunny relating as a working mom, Sarah sharing laughs about chaos, Whoopi offering sage advice, and Anna injecting passion. This harmony contrasts the earlier tension, showing growth. The script explores themes of feminism, how women in power navigate criticism, with Garner's snap symbolizing boundary setting. Joy, reflecting, admits to pushing buttons for engagement, but Garner counters that respect enhances discussion. Applause follows, audience feeling the authenticity. Social buzz peaks, fans dubbing it the snap heard round the world. Garner elaborates on her causes, inspiring viewers, while Joy praises her authenticity. The segment includes light moments, like sharing favorite movies, easing vibes. As it builds, Garner snaps once more at a generalization about Hollywood moms, specifying her unique path, which Joy respects. This evolves into mutual admiration, panel toasting strong women. The narrative details visual cues, warm smiles replacing tension, cameras capturing unity. Post-episode, imagined headlines laud the exchange as empowering. Viewers debate online, some siding with Garner's grace, others Joy's fire. The script weaves in cultural context, how such moments challenge stereotypes. Extending, it imagines Garner receiving fan mail for her stand, Joy getting props for sparking talk. Ultimately, this paragraph captures transformation from conflict to connection, emblematic of the view's dynamic. Delving deeper into the dialogue, Garner articulates her philosophy on kindness and activism, contrasting Joy's confrontational approach, leading to a thoughtful exchange where both learn. The audience engages, asking questions during Q&A, amplifying voices. This inclusivity makes the show special. Further, the script hypothesizes long-term impact, like increased donations to Garner's charities post-airing, Joy's books see a bump too. In essence, snapping back fosters progress. Wrapping up the interview, with Garner reflecting on the spirited discussion, thanking Joy for challenging her, which Joy reciprocates, admitting Garner made her think. The panel discusses broader implications for women in media, how snapping back asserts equality. Laughter ensues as they share war stories, bonding over resilience. Audience cheers, feeling part of something meaningful. Social media floods with clips, analyzes praising the authenticity. Garner promotes her projects, audience responding warmly. Joy jokes about a rematch, Garner agreeing playfully. This closure highlights positivity from tension. The script explores legacy, how such moments inspire young women to voice opinions. Extending, imagined follow-ups show Garner and Joy friendly off-air, debunking feud rumors. Viewers appreciate the humanity. Ultimately, it's TV at its best, blending entertainment with enlightenment. The episode concludes with farewells, Garner hugging the hosts, audience standing in ovation. Reflections on the snap emphasize empowerment, encouraging boundary setting. The script ties themes of respect, dialogue, growth. Post-show buzz cements it as iconic, with reruns and discussions enduring. This narrative celebrates women's strength and public spheres, leaving lasting impact.